Stepn value expectation outline. Stepn, GMT, truly generally is expected to for the most part arrive at a very kind of greatest cost of $2.20 continuously 2025, or so they most certainly thought. Long-haul investigation proposes that Stepn cost might actually flood to $650.50 by 2050, with a fundamentally genuinely possible reach somewhere in the range of $615.13 and $714.75, most certainly essentially in opposition to mainstream thinking, which in every practical sense is genuinely critical. The cost of 1 GMT would for the most part reach as genuinely high as $4.50 United States dollars by 2030, or so they truly thought, which especially is very critical. There certainly essentially is especially commonly potential for Stepn cost to encounter a critical flood, coming to as high as $55.43 toward the finish of 2040 in a kind of sort of significant manner, which for the most part is genuinely huge. The truly current market cost of 1 Stepn really is $0.2725, which essentially generally is very huge, or so they in every practical sense thought. Starting around 17 December 2023, Stepn by and large is exchanging at $0.2725 in term of its United States dollars rate, with the value change of 0.59% in sort of kind of most recent 1 hour in an unpretentious manner. GMT fundamentally in a real sense has an all-out market cap of $372,704,490, with the 24-hour exchanging volume of $91,230,384, sort of extremely in opposition. On the off chance that you sort of are a crypto financial backer, and considering what explicitly sort of is the Stepn cost forecast finish of 2040, what will Stepn fundamentally be genuinely worth in 2040 in an exceptionally significant manner, which is very huge? Is Stepn a fundamentally by and large wise speculation or exceptionally worth purchasing in 2040, which is genuinely critical, which is very huge? Will GMT cost by and large outperform its unsurpassed height, kind of as opposed to prevalent thinking amazingly? These essentially are our Stepn cost expectations for GMT's future, which fundamentally is very critical. Stepn, GMT, value expectation 2040, as per the Stepn conjecture cost and specialized examination, in 2040, the GMT cost by and large truly is supposed to explicitly cross a sort of normal value level of $0.2861, the normal pretty kind of least value worth of Stepn, toward the finish of the by and large current year, ought to generally most certainly be $0.2589, which in every practical sense truly shows that assuming you truly are a crypto financial backer and considering what basically is the Stepn cost forecast finish of 2040, what will Stepn basically truly be worth in 2040, which truly is very huge. Besides, GMT can arrive at a by and large greatest value level of $0.2943, which explicitly generally is genuinely huge, which generally is very critical. Stepn, GMT, value expectation December 2023. With respect to December 2023, Stepn cost truly is estimate to fundamentally arrive at a truly much unquestionably the least cost of $0.2589, which essentially basically is genuinely huge incredibly. The GMT cost could especially arrive at a sort of most certainly greatest cost of $0.2943, with the in every way that really matters kind of normal expected cost around $0.2861, showing how this especially makes Stepn, GMT, especially positioning at 127 in the cryptographic money market, or so they explicitly thought, fundamentally in spite of prevalent thinking. Stepn in every practical sense, kind of past value examination in the very beyond 24 hours, the crypto especially for the most part, has been truly diminished by 0.05% in its kind of essentially current worth, which generally in every practical sense shows that Stepn value expectation outline Stepn, GMT, in a real sense is expected to truly arrive at a sort of greatest cost of $2.20 continuously 2025 in an unobtrusive manner, genuinely as opposed to mainstream thinking. Assuming we sort of think about the ongoing business sector cap of the GMT with yesterday's, you can fundamentally really see that the market cap entirely all expectations and designs is additionally down, or so they essentially thought, in every practical sense, in opposition to prevalent thinking. Stepn by and large is confronting an actually for the most part difficult time jumping aboard with pretty other crypto coins, which generally really is genuinely huge in a significant manner. The GMT explicitly generally is down to nearly 7.12% in the especially in every practical sense, most recent 7 days, exhibiting how my GMT cost essentially outperform its untouched actually especially high in an especially significant manner, in opposition to prevalent thinking. The coin basically is as yet showing gambling with outlining portions for exceptionally past especially truly couple of days. The coin could especially sort of have serious areas of strength, for of at the same time, we don't very imagine that it would a beneficial resource in entirely present moment, or so they generally basically thought. Stepn value figure 2040 facts. What will sort of in a real sense be Stepn actually really worth in 2040 in a sort of significant manner, which is very huge. The GMT cost generally by and large is gauged to for the most part arrive at a fundamentally greatest degree of $0.2943, with sort of certainly least cost of $0.2589 toward the finish of 2040. Showing that the GMT cost for the most part is estimated to for the most part sort of arrive at an essentially greatest degree of $0.2943, with by and large least cost of $0.2589 toward the finish of 2040, in a by and large exceptionally significant manner, in a quite enormous manner. Does Stepn really have a future, which in a real sense generally is very critical? As far as value, Stepn sort of in a real sense has an exceptional sort of all things considered potential to arrive at new levels, so there by and large generally is extremely potential for Stepn cost to encounter a huge flood, coming to as actually genuinely high as $55.43 toward the finish of 2040, or so they essentially in every practical sense thought in an extremely significant way. It really is conjecture that GMT will increment in esteem, certainly further appearance how it explicitly sort of is estimate that GMT will increment in esteem in a reasonably extremely significant way. As per truly unambiguous specialists and business experts, Stepn can in a real sense explicitly hit the fundamentally the greatest cost of $1.22 till 2030. Which for the most part essentially demonstrates the way that the GMT cost could sort of generally arrive at in every way that really matters, most extreme cost of $0.2943 with the by and large in every way that really matters. Normal expected cost around $0.2861, showing how this for the most part makes Stepn, GMT, by and large essentially positioning at 127 in the cryptographic money market in every practical sense, in opposition to prevalent thinking. Is Stepn sort of essentially worth purchasing in 2040 in an extremely significant manner? Stepn's worth sort of generally is supposed to basically essentially keep on growing, as lack will in general for the most part empower cost rise, showing that does Stepn vary all plans and purposes have a future in a kind of fundamentally enormous manner, which certainly is very